Has your data been compromised? You've probably been wondering that a lot lately with all the recent hacks and data breaches that occur almost daily at this point.
But how do you know if your information has been breached? Sam Prager with GoGeeks here to help us figure it all out. And Stan, I have to say, I took your advice and I looked it up and I have not been hacked.
Really?
At least in this.
So you went to the website?
I did.
Wow.
Excellent. Thank you for paying attention.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I feel that my words fall on deaf ears. So.
Well, at least one of us. I didn't. Although I went to the Experian website, I think they have one to check if I was compromised in their latest data breach, or the one where the 100 some odd million were compromised. I was part of that.
Of course. Of course. I think everyone has been part of one of these breaches or not, and yours just may not have shown up. But, you know.
And we're talking email specifically today?
No, we're talking about anything. Okay? So the Capital One is the latest data breach, but you know, it's an almost everyday occurrence, right? And there's been the giant one from Equifax, and there's so many of them, right? So bits and pieces of your information have been taken by other people and exist in other places. And the question is are they on the dark web? Where have they gone or whatever? So there's some steps you can take. People want to know what to do. And these are all legitimate things, by the way, you're checking. There is a free website called Have I Been Pwned? And it's basically like Have I Been Owned? Instead of an O, there's a P.
I thought it was a typo, but that's legit.
Have I been pwned? Yeah. So pwned is the way you pronounce it if you say it out. So basically it's a free website put together by some souls who really want to help us out. And you can go there and type in one of your email addresses is how you would find, this is one of the ways you can find out. You type in, if you have multiple email addresses, try all of them. It'll show whether this has been part of any data breach, and it'll show the data breaches that it's been part of. Mine was part of 9.
Wow.
And you know,
and you change your passwords often.
Right, exactly. But so this doesn't mean whether anything else happened to you. It just means that they took this email address is on there, and there may be other information. It doesn't give you everything. It just shows you that it's been part of it. So the big one a few years ago was LinkedIn. And a lot of people got hit with LinkedIn, and they got both email addresses and passwords and what have you. Now, we talk about passwords. One of the big questions is, and by the way, there's a link also on that site for passwords. You can type in one of the passwords that you used, like your dead pet, for instance. So if you have Fluffy1, if you type that in, it'll show whether that's been taken by somebody else, whether it's been compromised.
With the email address that you put in.
No,
because that would be a scam, wouldn't it? We want your email and password, wink, wink.
That's what I was worried about.
But what's the point? So if someone got your password on LinkedIn, what would it really matter? I mean, what's really at risk at LinkedIn? It's public information, right? It's your resume, right?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
But the problem is that many people use the same password for multiple sites, or at least they used to, right? So if your password's been taken from LinkedIn, and mine was, then it's very possible that people could go to other sites and check using that password and get in.
Good point.
So the best thing is to change your passwords, or what's your advice?
Use strong passwords. Use 2 words with a capital letter and a number and a special character. Make sure that you are going to looking at a credit monitoring service, either a free one or a pay one. The free ones are just as good as the paid one in many cases. And get your computer checked out for malware by a professional like a GoGeeks, because so many people get hacked through that.
Quickly, what was that website again? One more time to check if we've been compromised.
Have
I been pwned?
Pwned.com, and it's a P instead of an O. Instead of owned, it's pwned.
Excellent.
PW. Got it.
Great information. Stan,
good to see you.
It's been a pleasure working with you.
Pleasure working with you, sir.
One of my favorite guests.
So sad.